Tony, commiserations on the result. Can I just ask, obviously it's where the game turns, what was your thoughts on the penalty?
Oh, look, it's never a penalty. It's the softest penalty you can see, and I'm sure we don't get that tonight. It's unfortunate to say that, but I'm sure it's true. Without VAR, that's such a soft penalty to give. For players going down, and I don't think anyone, certainly the two benches or anyone in the stadium, would have thought that was a penalty. But referee gave it, which I'm very surprised she did. And then, after that, it was more difficult for the players, and we gave away 2 soft goals at the end, which is a shame for the players because I thought they acquitted themselves very well.
The 75 minutes prior to the penalty, how did you assess your side's performance? I
think it was good, very good. I thought in particular the first half, we had a lot more control. The senior players playing, it helped a lot in terms of them getting some rhythm, and then, they got a little bit tired at the end, but the penalty changes a lot of things. But, and also, I have to mention for the players, they didn't train on Sunday. The whole group was sick in bed. So we kept that quiet because the players wanted to keep that quiet. So that's a credit to them. I was happy to mention that, but the players wanted to keep that quiet. We had a virus through the whole squad, including the staff. So we were unable to train Sunday. So the entire day everyone was in bed. We flew 3 hours on Monday, came here and put up a really good, brave performance. And I'm actually surprised at how well they did because physically they were clearly nowhere near it.
I feel a bit churlish asking, I guess. One goal across the past 3 games. Attacking-wise, what are you seeing? How are you going to start opening up the tap so more goals flow?
Open up the taps. I mean, it's easy just to say that you can just flick your fingers and you can score a goal. But there's moments in a game. I mean, we're talking about being able to untap things. Colombia had 1 attempt from outside the box in the first half, and you look at the quality they have. It's not easy. We've got some young boys there that we're trying to get experience with. We just got to get better when we get in that front third, that we can turn that good play into a good chance on goal. And then we'll just keep working on that.
Yes, could I ask, what, I guess, over this entire window have you learnt from this window that you'll look to implement coming into March, or more importantly, heading into the World Cup next year?
Oh, look, there's a lot. The first game against Venezuela, we didn't play well, but we had a lot of young players making their debuts and young players up front. So we exposed them to that. That was deliberate. Tonight, much better. You think Kai Truon backed up 4 days later, but it was in bed all day Sunday. So the kid did a great job. I thought as a team we did a good job. We were shown respect by Colombia. You can see by them keeping all their best players on the park. It's just unfortunate it blew out at the end because it's certainly not what we deserved.
Good night. Hearing you, I feel that definitely the penalty changed all the work that you did. So what says your players about it, and what is your conclusion about the game in all the panoramic?
I think for 75 minutes it was a very even game. Not a lot of chances in the match. We're up against an excellent team in Colombia who have a lot of quality players that play at the highest level. And, we wanted to test ourselves against them, and they're a big test. And I thought, in particular, the first half, we showed we can compete with them. So it was encouraging. It was good for us. In the end, the scoreline, I don't think, is really reflective of the game, but they scored 2 late goals.
Leonardo from Huella Leonardo. So it was a tough defeat, 3 soft goals, as you said. But latest result hasn't been too great either. Mm-hmm. But how do you see the team ahead of the World Cup? How do you see Australia ahead of the World Cup?
We're building to the World Cup, and this is all part of our journey to play tough opposition, and this is to help our players get more experience at this level, our young players as well. And today we had a chance to bring some players back from injury that haven't played much recently for Australia. And I think in the first half you could see with them on the park that the team was in good shape. And when they get fitter and stronger, I think that will help us at the World Cup.
Tony, I know you haven't had a chance to properly analyse this game yet, but do you feel like at the end of this window you're closer to figuring out your 26 players for next year, or have the performances of guys like Kai and Patrick Beach made it even harder?
Yeah, we want it to be harder, but for us it's a little bit different. It's been different from the start in terms of how we assess the players, because we don't have players that start 30 to 50 games a year in Europe. We don't have that. We have a very, very small number. So you have to try and put the pieces together and look at versatility, who's adaptable, who can maybe start a game then come off the bench in another game. So we have to really be all-round strong, because we don't have a Colombia 20-odd players playing at the highest level and playing these type of matches every 3 days and starting those matches. We don't have that. That's fine. So we will keep looking to see if we can keep adding quality to the squad. And we learned in this window that Kai Truan is a good player. Young Paul Ocon's a good player. Patrick Beach, a very, very good goalkeeper. So we learnt that. And Alassane was solid, okay. Mo Toure was better tonight than the other night. Still needs to get better with the ball, of course, but he was better. So they're good signs for us, and we'll keep building.
Two guys, if they can stay fit, that will be playing 2-3 times a week. Riley McGree, Jackson Irvine, they came back into the starting lineup. What did you make of them?
I think first half very good, and then I think it's normal. They start getting tired, and then we looked after them by taking them off. If we can help it that they don't get injured, so we took them off as soon as we could. For us as a team, it would have been better if they stayed on longer, but that's unfair to the players who've been in bed as well on Sunday, all day in bed, and they put up that kind of effort. We needed to look after them.
You started Paul Izzo tonight over Matty Ryan. What was your reasoning behind that, and has Paul become your number one?
No, just a choice tonight. I chose Paul ahead of Matty and Patrick.
So it was an amazing game. It was an even game, as you just said. And in that order of idea, you were talking about like you're kind of struggling, if you're having like certain players in the bench or just taking them to the pitch. FIFA there have been talking about the idea of having 30 players for the World Cup on the list. So do you think that's gonna be like a problem for other teams, or in this specific situation for you?
I think the normal now is pretty much 26 players in all major competitions. You now have 5 players as substitutes. So, a lot of the rules have changed. If it goes to 30 players, okay, I think it's big. It feels big, a little bit too big, but it may be something that FIFA is looking to do to help all the teams at the World Cup. But we'll just have to adapt to the situation.
How would you describe the Colombia national team tonight?
Yeah, very good. You can see the quality. At any moment they can hurt you. At any moment they can make a great action. They are all very comfortable on the ball. They're all physically strong, quick, technically outstanding. Top team. So I enjoy watching them play. I think their coach is fantastic. I've enjoyed watching them play before they played us, and it was a pleasure to play them tonight. And I'm proud of our team for competing very well.
Thank you very much. Gracias.
Thank you.